up on a farm in southwest Missouri between Springfield and Joplin, and we called it Bodark, Missouri. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or seen an exit. There's an exit off of the highway, but it's spelled like this. Which sounds a lot fancier than Bodark. But it's a French word for the hedge apple tree. So there's a lot of hedge apple trees in that area. It's mainly farming, beef cattle, that sort of thing. There's a lot of rock. My dad used to pay me to go out and pick rock just off the ground, and it's an unending job. So we had beef cattle, ponies, horses, lots of dogs and cats. So I loved all the animals. It was great until I was old enough to figure out what was happening to the cattle and the whole process, and why sometimes they were missing, the pets I'd been feeding every day were gone. So I was not ambivalent when I made the decision to become a vegetarian. I went to Ash Grove High School. Anybody heard of Ash Grove? Bodark wasn't big enough to have a high school, so we had to take a bus to another city. And then I went to Southwest Missouri State in Springfield and graduated with a degree in computer science and marketing, minors in international business and foreign language, and moved to Kansas City for a job at AT&T. And at that time, they were hiring all the IT people in groups of like 16 and put them through a training program, and you had to pass that training program in order to keep your job. So they had continuous classes and recent graduates from college who would go through this training program, and it was like a continuation of college. It was very fun. There was a lot of socialization, a lot of parties, a lot of stuff going on with everyone. And another good aspect from my perspective was it was about 85% men and the rest were women. So in all this socialization, it made you very popular. And the other girls in this situation, we would joke that the odds were good, but the goods were odd. You see the Big Bang Theory, if you're watching that show, you know. So about 2 years later, I married one of these adorable nerds, and we celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary this past year. So we have 3 beautiful daughters. My oldest is at Pitt State. She wants to become a doctor. She's always known that since she's like 3 years old. She had a great pediatrician. She loved him, and that's her role model, and that's what she wants to do. So she's very determined. And then I have a freshman at K-State who doesn't know what she wants to do. She's very smart, so I know that she can be great at whatever she decides to do. She's very tall, so she's played all sorts of sports, and she plays K-State club volleyball right now, so she gets to travel around, and she thinks that's fun. So she's enjoying her first year at K-State. And then my youngest daughter is a sophomore in high school, and she's probably the most like me. She's very shy, and she reads a lot. She loves to read. She plays multiple instruments. She's very creative, so she's a lot different than my other 2 daughters, which were very much into sports. So, and she's very much enjoying her time with her sisters gone, being the only child. So, in fact, they are home for Christmas break, and she's asking me how much longer they're going to go. So, I currently work at GEHA. It's Government Employees Healthcare Association. So we're not a government company, but we do healthcare for the government. And I'm a project management there, so I'm still in the IT area. We are going into the exchanges next year. So for those of you who are in IT, you'll understand this, that it's a 2-year project to make all the changes we need to make to the code, and we have to be done by October. So it's a very challenging year, I know, to get all this done in such a short time frame. Part of my job as the project manager is that I represent my team, and I speak a lot about why we're late, how great we did, answer questions about what's going on with the project and that sort of thing, and what I say impacts my team. It impacts their reputation, it impacts their ratings, it impacts their future projects that they get assigned to. And so I want to do the best job I can in that area. So that's why I joined Toastmasters, to just better represent my team. I look forward to getting to know all of you through this process.